Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Merry Stupid Clock. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I'm your host, Tiffany Daniels. And, of course, we're going to that horrible world known as the JRC. But before we do, the usual disclaimers. Neurotypicals. We're the weird ones? Because you all get some weird hyperfixations when it comes to celebrities, because that was basically what my TL was filled of yesterday. And you all wonder why, after the JDAH trial, I wanted to take my happy ass back to disability and nerd Twitter. Can we stop? Can we stop? As far as the whole Kanye thing is concerned, as the stepdaughter of a Jew, from New York, no less, why are we giving him so much credence? You all are actually making the impact of his words worse. Had somebody just said, "Shut the fuck up, Kanye," and moved on. For the love of God, part of what causes anti-Semitism to rise is not just those who are saying horrific shit or just out and out stupid shit. It's also those who will retweet it. And yeah, you see where I'm going here. You want to know how you starve people like that? You don't give them any attention. You don't let their words impact you or anyone in your life. You basically shut it down by not paying attention. Now, am I saying we shouldn't call anti-Semitism out? No, not at all. That's not what I'm saying. We absolutely should call it out each and every single time it rears its ugly head. What I'm saying is, why are we taking what Hollywood's elite says and then giving it so much importance? The guy's a rapper. He's not exactly a world leader. Okay? His next album is not going to impact my life in any way. Before I dig myself into a deeper hole, let me try to explain what I mean. As a whole, people have allowed, whether you are against what the celebrity says or for what the celebrity says, to have way too much impact on your everyday life. You know, complete strangers you've never met a single day in your life. Seriously. It's celebrity worship, folks. You're worshiping a human being whose only difference between you and I is they make a hell of a lot more money than we do. And as a trade-off, the poor bastards have far less privacy than we do. That's it. That's pretty much it. They simply get paid more than we do, and they get less privacy than we do. That's really the only difference. Stop the nonsense. Okay? And for the love of God, speaking to you, neurotypical society on both sides, I don't care what AH is doing, where she is, who's doing what with whom, what. I don't give a fuck. Okay? It's not news to me. I don't care. Alright? I'm tired of seeing her on my timeline. Y'all on Donnie's side along with me are giving her more publicity than her PR is. You're basically doing David Shane's job for him. Just stop. All right? Focus on the appeal? Yes, absolutely. What she's doing, where she is, who she's with, not my business, and I don't care. All right, now to the usual disclaimers, folks. In the description box, you're going to find the link to the article that the Judge Rotenberg Educational Center doesn't want you to read. It is written by NeuroClastic, a small non-for-profit started by autistics for autistics, wherein they interviewed and surveyed over 900 ABA professionals in regards to the JRC's quote-unquote behavioral treatment program. In fact, the JRC doesn't want you to read this article so much they have threatened NeuroClastic with a defamation lawsuit if they do not remove it from the website. NeuroClastic has refused to comply, so you know drill. Please read that article and share on all your social media. We also have a link to the NeuroClastic's public statement in regards to the defamation lawsuit threat, as well as a link to their GoFundMe. We are crowdfunding folks in case the JRC has the balls to see through with their threat. Got the pertinent links to the Agape boarding school situation. Agape boarding school is a Christian-themed boarding school based out of Stockton, Missouri that takes in so-called troubled teens that has impending over 21 allegations and civil lawsuits leveled against it that are including allegations of sodomy, sexual assault, child abuse, psychological and emotional abuse, child trafficking, and starvation. And that's just for starters. We've had one former staff member arrested by the FBI, another, a doctor who still lives on the premises with full access to kids, up on multiple substantiated claims of sodomy and sexual assault against the students there. We've got an attorney general too busy running for Senate and kissing Trump's ass and regurgitating their talking points to actually do his damn job and use the authority of his office to save the rest of the kids there, has in fact blown off an entire year, a year since that law passed. And still the kids are there. So, folks, please share those articles on all your social media. Don't forget to sign and share the change.org Shut Agape Boarding School Down petition. We got the pertinent links to the Stop the Shocks campaign as well, including Autistic Hoya's massive archive on the subject, the templates, and the ever-present self-explanatory change.org Shut the Judge Rotenberg Center Down petition. We got Jennifer Masumba's behavioral sheet and the link to the video that shows at least a part of the 7-hour ordeal undergone by Andre McCollins back in 2002. All right, folks. Ugh, God, Tiffany can't brain again. Tiffany cannot brain. Beep, all files deleted. It's one of those mornings, folks. When we discuss the JRC, folks, you're going to hear vivid descriptions of and catch clips of surveillance footage of people with disabilities being tortured and abused. If you got young children present, please use your headphones. Trigger warning, you're going to hear some gaslighting, some abuse, apologencia, some, let's just say Matthew Israel is going to blow smoke up our ass, victim blame, and gaslight throughout the entirety of this document. Also, this channel is marked not for kids for a reason. We use profanity and we talk about dark subjects. If your child is 16 and younger and they are watching this channel, parental supervision is advised. It's 4:43 a.m. in the morning, folks, and Tiffany, poor thing, she can't brain today. She cannot brain at all. So if I stumble over my words, folks, apologies in advance, all right? Okay, now where we left off yesterday. Fortunately, behavioral psychology has developed a treatment for these behaviors called behavior modification or applied behavior analysis. Oh, fuck, here we go. Let me tell you about ABA. behavior modification. No amount of it is ever going to change how your brain functions. Let me tell that for the stupid idiots at JRC in the fucking back. No amount of behavioral psychology is ever going to change the makeup of how my brain works and how my neurons fire. I am autistic. I have always been autistic. I'm always going to be autistic. And no amount of faking and masking neurotypicals and neurotypical behavior is ever going to change the fact that I'm fucking autistic. The only thing you are teaching us when you do this behavioral bullshit is how to mask so that people like you leave us the fuck alone. It is a persona that we create. A lie, if you will, that we use outside our doors so we don't have people like Matthew Israel knocking on them and declaring that we need to be dragged off to the hellhole like this. Condescended down to, treated like general shit. All because you're weird. I'm pushing 40, folks. I stopped giving a fuck in my 20s. I revel in my weirdness. Deal with it. I'm going to stim. I'm going to dance around like an idiot when there's no music playing because I feel like it. I'm going to watch fucking cartoons because I can. I'm going to do all kinds of shit you all think is weird, and I don't give a fuck. Okay? I'm autistic. I love who I am and who I'm working on becoming. There is no amount of faking neurotypicality that's going to change that fact. The idea that I have to fake in order to become acceptable in neurotypical society is ridiculous. Y'all don't even accept each other. By and large, what I have seen, and I hope this doesn't come off as too negative, is neurotypicals backbite each other. They obsess over celebrity relationships, people that they've never met a single day in their lives, celebrity kids, celebrities, their relationships, what the fuck ever. You stab each other in the back. You give each other false small talk with no substance or meaning. This is not the level I should be measuring myself to. You know what I mean? We're all messed up. The sooner the medical model can wrap their brain around this, the easier it's gonna fucking be. Because their romanticized idea of normal doesn't really exist anywhere. Anywhere. There is no normal kids. There hasn't been, well, ever, really. You're never going to make us not autistic. You're never going to basically brainwash us into being neurotypical by forcing us those mannerisms on us. We're still going to be who we are. Now, let's move on. At its simplest and most easily understood level, it involves arranging rewarding consequences for desired behaviors and corrective consequences designed to decrease problem behaviors or aversives for undesired behaviors. This is actually false, and it was false when he wrote it. First off, ABA deserves its own multiple video series. Let's just be blunt here. The concept of using behavioral psychology on a neurological disorder or disability, or whatever term you would like to use, I'm a little bit old school, I apologize. It's never going to work because you cannot change how my brain developed. You cannot change how my brain processes and takes in information by forcing proper behaviors on me. Okay? It's just stupid. Your concept of ABA is built on a false premise. The idea of that we're engaging in these behaviors because we want attention or we're trying to manipulate someone. I don't want your attention. You kidding me? No. It's simply how my brain works, and I am goddamn tired of apologizing for how my mind works. And it's ridiculous in 2022 that I live in a society so wonderfully diverse, but I'm still expected to apologize for how I was born. Tired. Okay? Tired. The fact that there is a school that exists that not only thinks I should apologize for how I was born, but is indeed willing, capable of, and has punished and tortured people because of how they are born and acting what is within our neurology to act like. And you can say severe, all the fuck you want to, doctor. Okay? The fact of the matter is, we have the behavioral sheets. And those behaviors you tote as a reason for torturing us doesn't work when you are literally shocking a student for stimming. Stimming doesn't hurt anyone. When you shock a student for non-compliance simply because they refuse to remove their coat and then do it on a 4-point board with the kid's face down and a helmet on over 31 times, all over because he didn't want to remove his coat. And because his muscles tensed, because, as we know from people who've been electrocuted, what happens when you shoot electricity through a person? Muscles tense, particularly the GED, which is designed to cause skin shock, and you place them directly on muscles. And you're shooting electricity through them. But because they don't seem to understand how the fucking body works, they take those tenses as you're gonna get aggressive. And the stick and carrot is the worst thing on the planet. It is dehumanizing. Doctor, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm not one of Pavlov's dogs. Dogs don't deserve to be treated like that. Neither do us. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Stick and carrot is one of the most dehumanizing concepts out there. It's not seeing the autistic person as a human being. Our own wants, desires, emotions. Most of these people don't even feel that we have emotions. Simply because we don't communicate it in the same way neurotypicals do. Yeah, I went there. The fact that you are going to dangle this carrot in front of my face, you get to eat a bite of supper. If you do good, if you do bad, I'm going to torture you. One thing, that's not how ABA generally handles stick and carrot. Just saying. Number 2, what the fuck? How is this going to change my neurology again? Oh yeah, that's right, it doesn't. You know? So let's get into it here. What they mean by Desired behaviors is you want me to act like you, think like you, talk like you, move like you. It's never going to happen. Not legitimately. And the fact of the matter is, even when we do act neurotypical, y'all still don't accept us. You still don't let us in. And you sure as hell never give us a seat at the goddamn table. So can we please stop with the lie that you're going to fix us? There is no fixing us. We don't need to be fixed. Maybe you people actually need to be fixed. You ever think about that? You ever think about some of the weird shit neurotypicals get up to? You know what I'm saying? My idea is none of us need to be fixed. Not neurotypicals, not us. Ugh. Undesired behaviors. And here's another lie. By this time, having started around the 90s, the concept of adversives and punishment, by and large, had been removed from ABA. In fact, it's more about positive behavioral reinforcement. Most of ABA has melded together with it and has been using that for years. It's still dehumanizing and as fuck, still traumatizing. We'll get into that in depth more another day. Maybe once I bury the JRC. But that is a lie. By the time Matthew Israel wrote this, adversives had been banned from ABA for a good decade or so. But they're ignoring the child if they're screaming. Yeah, that worked great for Linda Cornelison, didn't it? We're not trying to get anybody's attention, but no, we can't convince these people of shit. However, the concept of spanking or pinching or shocking or any otherwise causing corporal punishment to someone not having a desired behavior by the time of the late 90s into the 2000s had already been removed from mainstream ABA. Anyone who's an ABA professional now can tell you this. That is a lie, doctor. And why did they remove it, doctor? Why was corporal punishment removed as a tool from ABA mainstream during this time? The same time corporal punishment was being removed from neurotypical public schools. Because it doesn't work, doctor. All you're doing is causing trauma to someone. Causing them to believe, because you begin this at early ages, that being abused is what we deserve for how we were born. For neurotypicals, it's considered barbaric to have a teacher beat a kid for acting up in class. There are other ways to go about these things other than abuse. So, majority got rid of this concept of corporal punishment for things that we cannot fucking control. But you, the JRC, are the only people who still hold to the idea of corporal horrific punishment for acting within our own neurology, as opposed to, again, the logical approach of finding out what's triggering behavior, dealing with that, Providing reasonable accommodations, a plan set in place, something to deal with the root cause and going from there. You can't beat the autism out of me. You can't shock it out of me. You can't starve it out of me. And you sure as hell can't sleep deprive it out of me. All these things are just going to make my autistic traits that much fucking stronger. Okay? And on that note, I'm going to go ahead and close out before I puke. Freaking bastard. We don't get very many views on this channel. The few that we do tend to get removed from time to time. So please don't forget to hit the like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget to hit the comments. And once again, folks, stop with the celebrity shit. Alright? Just stop. Alright, I do look forward to seeing you all again, and as always, we here at Spilling Tea hope you have a good one. And if I dug myself into a hole, I'm known for it, I'm gonna go with it anyway. Have a great day, y'all. Dear God, I said y'all. My grandmother will rise from her grave. Send help.